So then guys, the new iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max is around about 4 months away from launch. But a lot of you guys are wondering, what is the big differences between, say, the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max to the last generation iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max? Well, today I want to go over 10 big changes between both of these phones and see for you, is it worth waiting out for the iPhone 17 Pro Max over, say, the likes of the iPhone 16 Pro Max and also the iPhone 16 Pro. So first of all, let's talk about the first big change, and I think the big one that you can probably even notice here sitting on my desk right here is obviously the design change. Now, we've been told that with the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we're going to get an update in the design language, especially on the rear of the phone. As you can see in these renders right here, we're going to have this kind of bar on the back now, what's going to actually house the cameras inside it and the LiDAR sensor, and also it's going to house the likes of, say, the flash or things like this. And as you can see, it looks like they've been pushed to one side away from the likes of the actual cameras on the back here. And this also leads on to the second big change that we've heard about, and that is it looks like that aluminium or aluminum, depending on where you are in the world, is looking like it's going to have a comeback onto the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It looks like that we're going to have a finish now. It could have a possible mix of titanium and aluminum or aluminium inside of it, instead of being completely titanium like we've had with the iPhone 16 model, the Pro models, and also the iPhone 15 Pro models. It looks like we could be going back to have a bit of aluminum and aluminium inside of it. So just be aware of that kind of two-tone kind of effect, as you can see like on these renders right here. Now, for the third big change, I want to continue on talking about the actual cameras on the back of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, because it looks like we are going to get an upgrade, especially in one area for a sensor and a lens, and that is the telephoto lens. This is the one that gives us the ability to do zooming and things like this. Right now, with the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we have a 12 megapixel camera sensor inside of it, and this allows us to obviously do that optical 5 times zoom, and obviously we can crop up and do digital zoom all the way up to 25 times zoom. Well, it looks like this time this is actually going to be upgraded now to a 48 megapixel camera sensor and lens inside of it, and this is going to put it up to the likes of the same with the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max, where they have a 48 megapixel in the likes of the ultra wide and also in the likes of the standard wide sensor. So all three will have 48 megapixels. This means then for digital zoom or digital kind of crop, it means you'll get even more clarity in your pictures. And also with that, say, 5 times zoom, optical zoom capability, that will also be plussed out as well in your picture quality too. So this is fantastic news to hear. And with having those 3 48 megapixel sensors on the back now of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, this also leads on to the next big upgrade, the fourth one, and that is that we're going to be getting now the ability to record at 8K video. So that's right, for the first time, the iPhone Pro series will be able to record at 8K. One thing that's not been specific yet is how good that frame rate is going to be. It could be 30 frames per second, it could be 60 frames. Personally, I think it's going to be 60 frames per second at 8K. I can't imagine Apple, cutting back to 30 frames at this stage. So this is definitely great news to hear that we'll be able to record at 8K video with the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max over what we got with the iPhone 16 Pro models. And then moving on to the fifth big upgrade, we've also been told that the actual front-facing camera is also going to be getting an upgrade over the likes of the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. We're going to be getting a 24 megapixel camera added to the front, so for your selfie photos and also for doing your vlogs and things like this. This will also help big time with this, that you're going to get even more clarity now out of that front facing camera with having a 24 megapixels instead of the standard 12 megapixels that we've had for the last few generations, including the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, continuing on with the front-facing camera and the front of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we've also heard about our sixth big upgrade, and that is if you're not a big fan of Dynamic Island, or if you do like Dynamic Island and you think it's a little too large on the display, well, the great news is with this next leak you can see right here, we've been told that the actual Dynamic Island looks like it's going to get a little bit smaller. I'm not going to say it's going to get hugely small, it's going to be like half the size, but obviously it could be a few percent smaller, it could be something like 10 to 15% smaller, so it won't be actually going out on your screen too much. So obviously when you're watching your content and your media, then obviously you won't have this big bar as much as compared to the iPhone 16 Pro and also the iPhone 16 Pro Max upon its release. Now, something else to also get excited about is the giveaway we're doing on this channel for this right here. This here is a MacBook Air. This here is a 13.6-inch model, what is sky blue, and I'm going to be giving it away to one lucky subscriber at the end of June time 2025, and you can enter in right now. But let me tell you a few things about the specs of this MacBook Air first of all. So what it actually has inside of it is actually the full fat M4 is what I like to call it. This is the actual maxed out version of this. So this is the 10-core CPU and the 10-core GPU. This isn't a bin down version, not at all here. It's the full fat version, and also on top of it, it has a few other upgrades. We've actually got 24 gigabytes of RAM inside of it instead of 16 gigabytes of RAM. And then there's also 256 gigabytes of storage. Nope, there isn't. There's 512 gigabytes of storage. It's been upgraded too. And like I said, I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel at the end of June time, and all you have to do to enter in at this stage is just put down in the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it is going to be the new iPhone 17 models or one of them. Maybe it's going to be a new MacBook Air, or maybe it's got nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be the new Nintendo Switch 2 upon its release, or maybe it could be, say, a DJI drone or something else like this. Well, just let me know in the comments below. And the other thing I was going to quickly say to you guys, obviously this is what you need to do at this stage. The other part of the stage is going to be happening near the end of June time, where I'm going to give you even more details about the actual giveaway. And in that, I'm going to give you details of like how to fill in a form as well, so I can actually contact you if you are the winner. And then also I'm going to give you details about the actual live stream as well, and how we're actually going to do the giveaway. So yeah, you won't want to miss out on that video. So the best thing you can do right now is make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. And I'd also say you want to be a subscriber, because obviously I'm giving this away to a subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys, that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best you can see right here. Please do report them. So then guys, moving on from this then, we've seen 6 big changes between the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max to the previous generation iPhone 16 Pro series. But there's even more, especially what's going on underneath the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max with chips and things like this. And starting out, we're going to be getting, for the 7th upgrade, we're going to be getting an A19 Pro put inside of it. And this is going to be based on TSMC's next generation 3 nanometer process. So this means that the chip is going to probably be even more efficient than what we had with the A18 Pro, and yet more powerful too. It was really great news to hear. The great thing about this means that obviously you're going to get that extra bit more power, and obviously the phone won't get as hot as it has before because of the efficiencies and things like this. And also power is also going to be better managed too. It's really, really great news. And talk about the actual heat inside of this iPhone. Well, funny enough, that also leads onto the 8th upgrade, and that's, we've also been told that Apple, with this new design iPhone now, that we're going to be getting even better thermal management with all the chips and things inside of it, including the A19 Pro. So obviously your phone won't get too toasty in your hands or inside your pocket, or if you're doing a long time gaming session or something like this, it will definitely be more beneficial in that way. Now, another big change that's going to be happening to the iPhone 17 Pro series this time round is all to do with other chips inside the phone. So the likes of, say, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and 5G. It looks like all of these bits and pieces, these components, are actually going to be built in-house to go inside of this iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, over the likes of what we have with the 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max. In fact, Apple actually even made the C1 chip went inside the iPhone 16e, what was their first kind of Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and 5G capability inside of that. And it looks like Apple are going to make their own other kind of chip to go inside the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max that will even maximize sort of battery life even better here. And with that as well, that obviously it's expected that Apple are going to probably provide a slightly bigger battery inside of that phone too. So gonna say this, with those extra sort of chips and homemade ones, battery life is going to be even more efficient than what we have right now, what we have with the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So definitely this is a big welcome upgrade to have inside of it. And then finally, for the 10th big upgrade, what's going to go inside of this iPhone, and that is all to do with RAM. So right now, the likes of the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max, they have 8 gigabytes of RAM inside of them, where it looks like this is going to be topped up to 12 gigabytes of RAM. A first in an iPhone, what's going to be absolutely amazing to actually have. And in fact, this puts it on par like with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which also has 12 gigabytes of RAM. So we're going to be getting 12 gigabytes of RAM in the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So this will help out with things like Apple Intelligence. It will allow you to open up more apps and also more demanding apps that require more resources from your actual memory and things like this. It's actually going to help out a lot there. So this is definitely a big welcome change that we're going to have over the likes of the iPhone 16 Pro and also the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And with that then guys, that is the top 10 big upgrades that we've heard about and big differences between the iPhone 17 Pro Max to the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Are you going to be upgrading to this next generation of the iPhone when it comes out? Or do you think that these sort of upgrades are not enough and you might still buy yourself an iPhone 16 Pro or 16 Pro Max? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And as always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell too. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.